All right, let's talk about your Pokemon investments and why I think that Pokemon will not be printing these sets into the ground. Now I set up a station here for everybody. Now I recently made a video on the Arceus V-Box and why I think that they reprinted Cosmic Eclipse. I have some unconfirmed reports that the code card was different. I don't have anything myself to prove this, but I want to set the story straight on how much of this I think is going to go on in the future. And it's not as much as you think. These three sets can currently be had for about 85 bucks a box. Now, the latest and greatest set, MSRP is for $143. Now, I'm sure it's going to feel fantastic to pull the latest and greatest chase card out of the new set. I don't even know what it is in Astral Radiance, but it probably feels pretty fantastic. But you know what? It probably feels pretty fantastic to pull an Espeon, Gengar, Mew alternate art at a Fusion Strike. Now, I know these aren't the latest and greatest sets, but this can be had for $60 cheaper than the new set. Eventually, the market hits a point where they kind of say, I do want the new set, but I could save 60 bucks, and it probably feels just as fantastic to pull a super rare card out of any one of these sets. And it's gonna save me 60 bucks. Now, Pokemon makes money when they sell the product to you or I, or they sell the product to distribution. But if something's on the secondary market, and you and I are selling boxes to each other for 85 bucks a piece, Pokemon doesn't get any of that money. If Pokemon prints too much of a product and the demand is not there for it, it basically creates competition with themselves. Their own product is their competition. Pokemon kind of has to do this little dance where they want to print enough to get it into the hands of the people that want it, but not too much where it just becomes a stagnant product on the market. Now, in previous videos, I mentioned these are the three sets that I've been buying in bulk. Now, I'm betting on the fact that in 3 years from now, these three sets will be selling for about 170 bucks. I don't think Pokemon's going to reprint this 3-year-old set that's $170. I think they're going to reprint the 3-year-old set that's maybe $400 or $500. And the capacity at which they're going to reprint it isn't going to print it into the ground. Now, Pokemon knows a massive reprint of an older set is going to piss off collectors, which is different from doing a massive reprint of a current set. Something like Evolving Skies. There's a difference between never having a chance to buy something than there is with something like Evolutions, where you had a chance to buy it for under 100 bucks for 3 years. You kind of had your chance, and now people that bought into it for a personal collection kind of paid that $800 price. So if Pokemon printed something like that again in excess, it would kind of piss off the people that got into it late, that missed their chance and bought it something currently for their collection. Pokemon's in the business of making money, and they have to dance this fine line between the supply they put out and the demand for their product. Now, I set up a prop here for everybody. Now, this water bottle. Does anybody remember a couple years ago when they found that straw in the turtle's nose? People kind of got up in arms about plastic, like, oh my God, single-use plastic. Like, we need to cut down, we need to cut back. We're destroying the environment. And the response from these companies was kind of make like a thinner bottle. This is Kirkland, with like a smaller cap, a thinner cap to use less plastic. And people are like, you know what? That's good. I could stand behind a company that cares about the environment. Now, what I think people did not understand was the whole point of this wasn't about saving the environment. The whole point of this was to make the customer happy. And I'm not saying these CEOs and the people behind these companies hate the environment. If you have an option to cut cost and make people happy, it's kind of a no-brainer. But what I'm trying to say is Pokemon kind of has to do this little dance to make people happy. So at face value, people thought this was saving the environment, but really, it's about making the customer happy, getting the customer to buy more product. Now, you have to understand the goals of these companies and their intent behind things. Now, people thought this was about saving the environment, but no, it was more about making the customer happy. Now, companies have to turn a profit. That's the whole goal. That's the whole point, to keep people with jobs so that people can have their jobs and go buy their little Pokemon cards and have fun and go home. If you know the end goal, there's only so many paths you could take to get there. So that's one of the things I kind of study is, all right, if a company's goal is here, which way are they going to get there? And if you know where someone is going and you know the path they're going to take, you can get in front of them. You could figure out decisions a company made before they even made the decision. But knowing where a company is going and the path they're going to take is powerful information. And hopefully it can help you save a couple bucks or make a couple bucks in the future. All right, it's just something I want you to think about going into the future. Now, this channel, I do not have a schedule, I do not care to have a schedule, so you will have to be subscribed with the notification bell turned on if you want to see more videos like this. Bye-bye.